the pharmacy is now open.
Okay, are we ready to record?
Oh, it's recording!
Is it?
Oh my god, yes, let's go.
Okay, so, but like actually, okay.
We are actually recording right now.
We just couldn't hold back.
Yeah,
No,
but
we
like,
couldn't.
let's like.
Go for it.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. This is Video Game Pharmacy with Brittin, Zach,
Dang
Scott,
right it is!
Brittin, Zach, Scott, and myself, Dan.
Woo!
With your
that
weekly
was
dose
so loud.
of video game knowledge and news.
Scott,
and
what
there's-
Let's get straight into
Scott
it,
is
guys.
super hype, but okay, Nintendo Direct special episode.
Just
By
got
this
done.
point, you should have watched it. We just watched it like 30 seconds ago, and Scott is super excited. We're going to
So
start at
good.
the end, so if you have not watched it, go watch it now.
Let's listen to more of this song.
I don't know how you would have missed it by
Yeah,
this
so
point.
if you watch it, you can follow
Oh,
along
it's
with
beautiful.
what we're talking about.
Yeah, but we're going to be going out of order, but yeah, go watch the Direct. It's about 30 minutes long, or go look up a synopsis. That'll probably be good enough too.
I shared
Needless
the
to say,
notes, by the way.
it got us fired up.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Okay,
am
okay,
so
Scott.
excited.
So take one moment. Okay?
Super Smash
breathe
Brothers
in. Yeah.
for the Switch. Not just a re-release. This is a brand new game, I feel like.
Are you sure this wasn't just more content for the 3DS version
No.
of the game?
I need you to stop
Or
because
they're adding Splatoon
Look,
characters to the 3DS.
I'll tell you
version of Smash
why
Bros.
I know you're wrong.
Okay,
Okay.
but before we get to that, 1 second, just so for the people who look up a summary and don't watch the trailer, we got to the very end of the Nintendo Direct. We'd seen everything, all the news, and then the very last second they say, "Oh, and one more thing," right?
Which they normally do.
Which they normally that's
Yes.
that's a pretty common thing, and it's they had just done 2 things on Splatoon, and
so a lot of
then
content for Splatoon.
They had more Splatoon.
Yes.
When they did and one more thing.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there like, oh, the Splatoon 1 maybe
Yeah,
coming?
re-release for the Switch.
Zach points out that like maybe they're just painting a symbol, and then I got super excited because it was orange and blue colors.
So he thought
and
it
I
was
like,
Portal. Yeah.
even though it's definitely not Portal.
Yes.
Emotions.
But then they're running around and then the
Yeah.
screen goes black.
Yeah,
And then
it's like super dark.
it
and
zooms
epic, and
glowing.
It zooms into the Inkling's girl's eyes,
Yeah.
and all you see
and the pupil is
the symbol of Super Smash Brothers.
chills.
Scott nearly killed
Oh
me.
my
He
God.
was so excited.
I
He was
jumped on
jumping
top of
around.
Dan.
It was incredible.
The energy in the room.
It was
fire.
intense.
You had to be there,
It was
guys.
intense.
Next time we're gonna have to record it live while we're.
It's super cool. Go watch it right now. Just
Please
just
do.
that part. It looks cool.
There was some other good stuff.
There's
but
a ton of
there
stuff.
was.
That was the
But
highlight, obviously.
Super Smash
Absolutely.
Bros. And here's why I know that this isn't a re-release for the Switch.
Yeah, give us
I'm
give
totally
us the
joking,
lowdown.
but go ahead.
I know you were joking, but if you looked at Link, he was wearing his Breath of the Wild stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yes,
cool.
like it was just a detail that it was very blacked out, but you could tell just by the silhouette that he wasn't wearing a cap. So just by that alone, like you can kind of narrow it down.
I mean, it could still be some kind of remaster,
No.
and this is all new
No,
content.
shut up.
But
Stop
you would think if
talking.
they were going to go that route, they would have just called it Super Smash Bros. For Switch.
I mean, yeah,
And same branding as the previous 2 releases.
Hopefully, by the time you're listening, that will be more clear.
yeah. I mean, the thing is
I don't
that
know. I'm thinking we won't hear more till E3.
You said that it would be on the quote unquote 3DS, and here's why I'm telling you you're wrong right now, because at the end it showed Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
If it was just adding content to the same game, if it was a re-release or whatever, they would have at least said 3DS.
I was just trolling you, man.
Stop it.
I know what this is,
Stop.
and I'm as excited as you are. I just don't wear it on my sleeve quite
Now-
the way you do.
Look, here is the question:
Hit us with it.
is it going to be made by?
Bandai Namco,
No.
Sakurai.
Yes, is it going to be made by Sakurai?
Because after the last one, he said
made it very clear that he was not
I
going
mean,
to work
I would-
on this again.
I would assume no, just because that's what he said. That's
You don't-
the
you
thing that
think-
he's claimed. It's a Nintendo franchise. It's not
I know.
his franchise.
But
so
you think he's going to have some kind of hand in it?
oh, I am sure people went and asked him,
Okay,
but
I'm sure.
if he said he was out,
we'll see.
I don't know. I mean, I
what
don't
if,
know the guy. I don't know anything about his background. I don't know if he's the sort of person who would go back on that kind of a statement.
What if they paid him a bunch of money?
I don't
don't
think that
think
has
that's the
anything.
thing.
Yeah, that has
Yeah.
nothing to do with it. Here's the thing about him is that he puts 110% of himself into the games, and I can't remember if it was Brawl or if it was this one, but he literally said that he would sleep at the office and work on it for 14, 16 hours a day.
You know who that sounds like?
Who?
An awful lot like. Rest in peace. Our old friend Satoru Iwata.
Iwata, you live in my soul.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah,
You-
that
you are a part of
dedication
all
is
of
just
us.
part of Japanese culture, I guess, in
Absolutely.
game development. It's
Absolutely.
awesome.
But we'll see. I hope that Sakurai has a piece in it. Anything. I think he will.
I'd also like to point out that he's made other cool games too.
No, yeah.
He made Kid Icarus Uprising
Yeah,
most recently
which was
outside of the Smash
fantastic.
franchise. It was awesome. It was unique. It was kind of a visionary sort of game. I'd love to see him make some other different things. And honestly, I think Smash Bros. Can exist and be awesome at the hands of other creators at this point.
Yeah.
It's
for
its
sure.
own entity. It's grown beyond any one person's influence.
I think if it's... You mentioned Bando Namkai, right?
Try that one more time.
Sorry, my nose is kind of snuffy right now.
Namco Bandai.
There you go.
Namco Bandai, sorry.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Were they were a part of the last one, right?
They developed it. It was
Okay.
developed there, and he was overseeing the
Got
project.
it. So it was
very closely.
It was a fantastic game.
Yep.
Even the 3DS version with its flaws, it was a good game for the 3DS.
Yep.
For the Switch, for the Wii U, it was amazing. It was the reason to buy a Wii U, if you had any.
It was the reason I bought my
There you
Wii U,
go.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect anecdote.
So
and the only reason in the end.
I think
But understandable.
that this will be just as well done as the Wii U version.
I have no doubt. Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm not concerned that'll be bad. There's nothing. I think.
I mean,
if it
Nintendo's-
ain't broke, don't fix it.
Nintendo has hit everything out of the park so far, both in terms of things like Zelda, where they took a lot of risks and changed things about the franchise,
Which
and
Brittin hated.
in Mario,
all
where
right.
while they still did a lot of different things, they kept to all of the same core mechanics
Yes.
that
But they
people
made a
play
lot of
3D
changes
Mario
too.
games for.
They've done a lot of changes to a lot of different their number one IPs, and it's worked out for them so far.
Yep.
So
hopefully that trend continues.
Yep.
Although, do you really want to change Smash
No,
that much?
not
The
at
last
all.
time it happened was Brawl, I guess, and
Not at
it
all.
did not go over that well.
which I don't understand why. I love the subspace mode. I think the story mode was fantastic.
sure, bring that
Oh,
back.
man.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was great.
yeah,
there
I
was
love that
no-
story mode too.
No voice
I
acting.
really do.
Nothing.
I-
But it was fantastic.
I have never seen something quite like that.
Yeah.
That, like, just works so well. Just like it brought out the emotion, right?
Yeah, it really did. It was good.
Without a
And-
single word.
Yeah, without a
throughout the
single
entire
word, it was
story.
fantastic. And people that that complain about it can go die in a hole. I don't even care. It
Dang.
was great. And the reason he didn't do it in this next game is because people complain about it, which is really frustrating because he should have just did it.
Yeah.
He
That
had
was-
it started.
We have an amazing foundation with the
Yes.
previous two Smash games. Build on that and expand on that. You
Yep.
can do some amazing things with
Give
this
us
game.
new characters that we've all been asking for. Let's
Give
see
us
Banjo.
The Inklings,
Kazooie.
it's a
Emissary
perfect
back.
fit.
Yes.
I'm really excited to see the Splatoon characters
Give
in
us
the
the
game.
story mode. Give us our checklist mode.
And like a
whatever.
real story mode too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I just
If you don't, then I don't really care. I'll still enjoy it no matter what.
Everyone's going to buy it regardless.
Oh my god, I am, and it's
This-
coming out this year.
Yeah, 2018. We
This
didn't mention that.
year.
That also answers a big question mark. Like, what's the tent pole this year? Is this the holiday game? Do you guys think, or is this like a big summer game, and then later we're going to get something brand new and unique?
What else did they mention for the summer?
I bet
Splatoon.
you it will be a
Content,
summer
right?
game because what else is there at
I
this
get-
point?
Well,
I
we
guess
saw
these
a
are-
lot of little games during this direct.
Yes,
And
which we're gonna
I
get
say
into.
little, but there's some really cool remasters.
But we've already been sustaining on quote little games, right? There hasn't been one big game that really
it's true.
you know, measures up since Odyssey.
Yeah,
I mean, look at
true.
Nintendo's last year, though, the launch year of Switch. It was so earth-shattering and groundbreaking in all of gaming history, really. We haven't seen a launch year like that. So if year two is a lot of small stuff and maybe one big tent pole, I don't think we could be too upset about that.
Oh, I mean, I guess so. I was still operating, I guess, from the assumption that there would be at least two.
Okay.
I mean, they'd be wise to maintain that
I mean,
momentum.
Hang on
from,
here.
from an outside perspective, though, I can see more AAA titles coming later in the year.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's
you're
not
right.
just AAA.
But-
We're talking Nintendo IP. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
those temples are going to be.
Yeah.
Which at this point, the other big two that have been talked about are Metroid and Pokemon, and we have no information on either of those from this direct.
Real quick. Okay, we're gonna just cut right here. We are already 10 minutes into the episode. First of all, let's start with this. This is not only going to be a short episode. because
yeah,
we should have already mentioned this, but it's gonna be a short 30-minute episode.
Scotty flew in from his vacation in Australia just to record this. With us. I hope you guys appreciate it.
I am currently going back to the airport for another 19-hour flight. Let's go.
Totally.
No, but so we're gonna do a 30-minute episode this week and 30-minute episode next week.
Roughly, they might be a little less.
Yeah, they might be a little less. We're kind of just playing it by ear right now. But Smash was the last thing on the docket, and I think we should go back to the very beginning.
Yep.
And I know we've already been super hyped, but there's a ton of things in this direct that I feel like we need to talk about, and we don't have a ton of time to do so. So
in that case, Zach, you took some good notes.
The one responsible one among us.
Throw us what those 3DS titles at the beginning were, and let's go through.
I hope I got everything, but we have WarioWare games,
which I'm gonna buy absolutely, because if it's anything like the other Wario games, I love WarioWare.
Strikes me as kind of like the Mario Party Top 100 thing.
I don't want to talk
WarioWare.
about. I don't want to talk about Mario
It's like
Party.
a greatest hits thing. Maybe I saw some games I recognize, so it's like a remaster.
The
of
Top
some of
100 was
hits.
also awful. They've literally sunk Mario Party so far into the ground. They would need to literally bring it back to the N64 roots just to make that game good again.
Yeah,
I'm just
keep those fingers
saying
crossed.
right now.
After WarioWare.
Yes, WarioWare. What's after that?
So we have Dead Heat Breakers.
The armadillo one
with racing, but also with other things.
It's
Yeah,
in
I
the
didn't really get it.
Dylan's Rolling Western series. You're a Western themed armadillo.
That character is going to be.
I've never played any of these games.
Let us know if anyone out there has played it.
Yep.
None of us have. I've never even heard of it. It looks like it's trying to do a lot of things.
It looks interesting though.
Yeah.
At the least.
Boom, go next.
We have Bowser's Inside Story
Okay,
remastered.
so here I love the.
Real quick, can I interrupt you?
Yes.
There's also the Bowser Jr. Journey, which is that in part of or separate?
Think of it like a DLC almost.
That's like
It's
the extra content added
Yeah.
for this version of the
It's
game.
like a separate thing.
I just wanted to know that.
I never played Inside Story, but I did play Superstar Saga and Partners in Time.
This was a DS game, I want to
yeah.
say? Inside Story?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, this
These
is a
are all
remaster
DS
of a
games.
DS game.
Yep. Which
Beloved series.
Yeah.
I as I understand, this is one of the better ones. I haven't played it.
Yeah,
Bowser's Inside Story.
I haven't played it either, but the one thing that Mario does right, which is everything, but specifically, they do RPGs very well, and I feel like people don't give them enough credit for the RPG games that they make.
And
not that I endorse emulating or anything, but back in the day when I first learned you could emulate things, the reason that I actually went and tried to do it was to try
Superstar Saga?
one of the early Mario RPGs.
Yeah, probably
was it Super Mario RPG? The Super
I
Nintendo
think it was
game?
Super Mario RPG.
Oh, okay, wow.
Seems likely.
Yeah.
So yeah,
fantastic.
where the Paper Mario games sort of fell off the RPG bandwagon and became something different, this series picked it up more or less and has been consistently solid RPGs.
The Paper Mario series is still good, but I wish they would go back to the N64 and Thousand Year Door type.
We all do,
situation.
man. I hope we get there someday.
I just can't deal with a paint bucket as my partner and little block shapes. They just don't do it for me.
And cards, there's always a deck of cards involved in combat.
So dumb.
No good.
Let's keep
So
going.
on the 3DS, we still have Detective Pikachu. Which
No one
comes
cares.
out
Skip.
We've
March
talked
23rd.
hey,
You
give us a
Pokemaniacs,
second.
why don't you care about this?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about Detective Pikachu before. We didn't get a lot of new info other than a specific release date.
And it's on 3DS, right?
Yep.
Because it was originally for the Switch.
And its amiibos
No, I think
massive.
it's been a 3DS the whole time.
Oh, okay.
And
then Luigi's Mansion, which is coming out.
Scotty got real excited about this
so
one too.
excited.
Yeah, it was probably the other thing that he was so stoked
Yes.
about.
Okay, so quick, just Luigi's Mansion was the first game I ever played on GameCube, which I believe was a release title. So
Yep, launch day.
it was fantastic. I still played through it. I still play through it today.
It's a short game, right?
You can sink a decent amount of time into it. There's a lot of stuff that you can collect and things that you probably wouldn't see unless you really kind of dug down and really looked at everything.
It's awesome that this game's coming back.
Yes.
A lot of us haven't played it, but come on.
Did you ever play
why
it?
is it on the 3DS?
It looks really good.
This,
I mean,
you could do a gorgeous up-res of this on Switch.
I'm not a handheld player, but
It did look nice, right?
Yeah,
like just
I would relatively play it,
That's
yeah,
the art
yeah.
shining through. It has a really good design behind it.
I can't make the excuse of I want to play it to go because you could just play it on the Switch to go.
Right. Go
So
on.
yes, I kind of wish that they put it on the Switch as well, but I won't complain about a game that was put on the GameCube. 14 years ago now.
Yeah.
about
I
2004.
wouldn't be surprised if some of it is just like development hurdles, and if some of it was maybe that a team started this 3 years ago and just kind of went.
This is not
at
a 3-year
slower speed.
project.
I mean,
is-
right? But I mean, what if it was someone's side project? I mean, I don't know how it works. Maybe that's just totally off
this
base.
is
But
this is them being like, hey, we need to put content on the 3DS.
It's them being
Yeah,
like the
maybe.
3DS is not dead, and I don't
Yes.
know why that's the case.
Not everyone can spend
had its-
$300.
It had its
on a
time
Switch.
in the sun, and it served its purpose. It
I
was
hate
great.
to say it, but
okay, but
and
how
with-
many 3DSs are out there?
a lot.
About 80 million last
Yeah.
I checked.
So an 80 million install base versus. I mean, yes, the Switch is going to get some ground,
Yep.
but it would be silly to just drop that 80 million.
But any title that comes to Switch is an investment in Switch's future. Investing in the 3DS's future at this point seems like a misstep. They know what they're doing.
We'll see.
It's going to be fine.
We'll see.
Yeah,
and,
we'll see.
And Scotty's going to pick it up. A lot of other people are going to pick it up. It's going to make money.
Nintendo's different as well. So I mean, they kind of do those offshoot type things. You know, they don't play by the books.
And
So
they've always
unexpected.
had
Yeah.
they've always had a little bit of overlap between their systems, and the Switch is only sort of a replacement for the 3DS at this point.
They're
So,
still
like,
saying that, but it's a full-on handheld, and it's better in every conceivable way.
You guys can argue about
Except
this
it's
all
not
day,
3D.
but let's keep
do
going.
you
Yeah.
guys want to run through the whole list and then
I
talk
want
about
to.
it?
I want to run through the entire list.
We're already a third of the way through. Let's
Yeah.
just take them one at a time.
Yeah.
Then we're not
All right.
backtracking.
Kirby Star Allies, which I think we've talked about.
We did.
Uh,
It
we're-
looks-
wait,
it
wait.
looks good.
We're on the Switch now, right?
Yeah, we're on the
Okay,
Switch.
we're on the
Sorry.
Switch
So
now.
yeah, so that was all the 3DS titles.
Yes.
Yeah. So
God bless
3DS,
the 3DS.
Still some games.
Okay, so we have Kirby Star Allies, which we talked about.
Yep.
They
Dan said he was interested.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna
they
have to
said
go try the
more-
demo. There is a free demo.
yeah.
If you're
Is it
curious.
multiplayer?
I thought I saw it.
That's the crux of the game. It's
Do-
multiplayer.
do
And
you
yes,
want-
there's
we'll
a
play
demo on
together.
eShop.
Okay.
So
We'll make it
they
happen.
said more Dream Friends are going to be added later.
Yep.
Yeah, DLC, free DLC for the game. They're adding
Yep.
extra characters
Um,
after release.
Next would be Okami HD remake.
That's
for
cool.
Switch this
Which
summer.
they already released on Steam. Played it, and I still have the same argument that I did last week. That
Which is what?
Steam ports are awful.
Okay, so
Didn't this just come out
real,
on PS4
real
as well?
quick?
Yes.
Okami,
Okay.
for those who don't know, it's you play as a wolf basically, and you go through a world. In
Hang
a
on, it's not
right?
it's not a wolf. It is a god. Thank you very much.
You play
And
as a
guardian.
guardian, and you want to. But okay, so the crux of it, though, the thing that makes it different and interesting is that in order to do certain actions, you draw shapes.
Yep, you paint them.
And
Basically.
it plays very much like a Zelda game.
Yes.
It's a big open adventure. There are dungeons. There are insane over the top boss fights.
And good story.
Instead of items that like the tools Link would use, you're essentially using paint mechanics to summon different things into existence and traverse the environment.
Yep.
So you just so you know, like what the game is.
Yep.
So next up
Cool.
we have Sushi Striker coming out June 8th.
That's cool.
Sushi Smacker.
Cool.
I'm not sure how
There
to
are
describe that.
there are conveyor belts going by, and you're like making matches. It looks kind of like a
Sushi-
match 3 puzzle sort of
Sushi
game.
is basically banned, which is ironic because I think this game takes place in Japan, and
Yeah,
they're all about
there's
sushi.
there's some deep lore and story stuff going on here
a
too.
martial
See.
art called Sushido.
Love it.
Please stop.
I don't
Yes.
know. I don't. If I got it, I
love
don't
it.
know how much time I could put into it, but I do like the art style.
It's
of it.
It's a puzzle game. It looks like. Anyway,
Octopath Traveler, July 13th.
We got a date on
you
that
guys
finally.
are super excited about that.
Definitely buying that.
It looks
Well,
fantastic.
Final Fantasy. So I've tried to get into newer Final Fantasy games on a number of different occasions, and I've had some success here and there. But it's 4, 5, and 6, 3. I mean, going all the way back, like all of those are super cool, and Octopath Traveler is basically those, but more modern.
It's
I
a
think-
modern take on the classic Final Fantasy.
I think
games,
how
for
you
sure.
guys put it was very, it is a classic Final Fantasy feeling game with new age graphics, beauty, and
Well,
Very
half-
okay. It
half
has a
new age.
very specific
Yes.
style of
Yes.
graphics. It is not what I would call like high fidelity.
No.
It's not aiming for realism
But
the way
it's
that a lot of
good.
them do. It looks very pretty.
yes, it looks really, really good.
The
So
music is so good.
I'm excited.
Yep.
I haven't played the demo. I have it downloaded. When
Check
I'm
it
on,
out.
yes,
You'll be
I-
convinced after
I
you
will.
play the demo.
I'm sure.
Absolutely.
I'm sure. I'll play it through like 40 times. What's
So
next? Dark Souls, right?
No, Travis Strikes Again.
Oh yeah,
Right?
No More Heroes.
Heroes. Tell us about that. There was 2 on Wii, right?
Yes, I played both No More Heroes. I absolutely love them.
I tried.
I'm not it.
They're hyper
this-
violent, over the top.
Yeah, they're hyper violent, over the top, craziness, fun.
These are Suda
And
51 games, and he is
this-
known for crazy over the top style.
But this game looks very dumbed down.
Well,
And-
it's not just a straight up action adventure game like those were. This is like him going into a bunch of mini games and playing through them.
Yeah, but half of the appeal of No More Heroes were literally the 10 bosses. Everything else was just kind of like chunky in the way stuff, which was
Right.
fine, but the boss is what made it that game.
The assassins.
And, yes, and they said that there's a lot of cool bosses at the end of each level, but we'll see. I may
something
pick
different.
it up. Yeah, I may pick it up or just watch it, but
Yep.
yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
There's the Dark Souls remaster.
Praise
there
the
is.
sun.
We're getting an amiibo.
We're
I'm
getting
so
an
excited.
amiibo of Praise
Did
the
not
Sun.
see that coming. Should have seen that coming, honestly.
I thought it was going to be a bonfire.
That was the big thing in this particular announcement was that amiibo.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
And there's
basically
also
it.
a network test that they don't have a
Yes.
date for, I don't think, but
We'll let you know when we find
I
out.
mean, the game's
Yeah.
coming out in May, so it couldn't be too far off this
got it.
network test.
So if you're interested, keep your eyes out.
So
Boom.
my
What's that?
personal favorite is Mario Tennis Aces, which I'm
Yes.
super excited
We
about.
got
Spend a little time on
45
that.
minutes of
Stop it.
Stop.
Tennessee.
We got a ton of information about it. I'm excited. Zach is going to buy a Switch just for this
just
game.
for that. You think
Which
I'd
is-
buy it for
Like Super Smash
yeah.
or like Odyssey or
Yeah.
something. No.
Nope.
He's getting it for
Where-
Mario Tennis.
I respect that, Zach.
I mean,
That's okay.
So I've never been super into any sort of tennis game. Like I played some Wii Tennis. I played some other Mario Tennis game. I don't know which one, but
Strike-
it was
oh.
fun.
Maybe it was Mario Tennis.
I was
I,
going to
I
say
played Mario
64.
Tennis back on the
Yeah.
GameCube, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
back in the day.
But yeah, it looked good. It explained a lot of the game mechanics. It just kind of laid them out in front of you, how you do different things, and it's more than just serving and then rallying back and forth until you manage to hit it.
There's
out.
like special meters that you need to
Fill
keep an eye
and-
on.
yep.
I
fill
think it's
up,
going to be more
manage.
skill based than what we think than methodical
yeah,
gameplay
not
back and forth.
not all reflexes. There's definitely
Yeah.
going to be a cerebral component of like
Timing,
how do you
yeah.
use, because you have like a resource bar that you use to basically use bullet time to have special moves. If you don't use it and let it charge up, then you get like a bigger special move.
Yeah.
A bunch of stuff like
We'll
that.
see.
If you
There's-
take too many hits on your racket with specials, it'll
Oh
break.
yeah,
A lot more
Durability
dynamic.
bar.
Yep.
Durability.
Yeah.
There's man. What is
Wonder if
with,
there's a crafting system.
what
to
is
make
with the
better
durability
rackets.
in Nintendo all of a sudden?
Yeah, you're
real
gonna
quick.
have to wander through the wilderness to find your tennis racket.
I would love it.
Real quick. There is going to be a demo on the eShop. We don't know when, as well as an online tournament to be TBD.
Looks like a
Yeah,
deep game.
free.
There's
I think was it a free 1v1 tournament before the game launched?
yes.
Right.
Yep.
essentially a glorified demo.
Which is cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Weird,
down
but
for
cool.
that. Boom.
So next up would be
Captain
Captain Toad.
Toad? Okay,
Checker,
yeah,
checker.
that's-
I love Captain Toad.
I know you
Played
do.
the heck out of it on Wii U. It was
Yep.
an awesome game. Not enough people played it because it was on Wii U,
Yeah.
and it was basically a holdover from a mini game that you would encounter on certain levels of Super Mario 3D World on Wii U, and it's a platformer where you don't jump, which just sounds ridiculous on paper, but it's a puzzle game, and you're navigating kind of these small diorama-like levels and hitting switches to make platforms move around, make your way to a certain
It
area.
looks pretty cool. Very much like
fun.
And it's also to note that it's on the 3DS as well.
Right. They
It's on
mentioned they're
both.
bringing it to 3DS
Yeah.
at some point in some
But
capacity.
but
Yeah.
Brittin said he was done once they mentioned 3DS. He was like, "Well, I guess I'm not going to buy it anymore."
Yeah.
So no.
can
straight
I
Yeah,
say?
it definitely looks very. For those who
over it.
haven't seen it played before, in contrast to a lot of other platformers, it looks very spatial. Like you have to have spatial skills and like imagine how these things are going to move and like change as you're playing the game.
Yep.
And it's a different take.
It's slow paced. It's a puzzle game. It's a walking simulator in some ways, but it's clever. It'll make you think.
Yeah, I mean, I like the box form of Captain Toad, but
Yeah.
I saw him enough in Odyssey, and I think I'm done with
I
that.
think you should try it if you haven't tried it. It's good.
Probably won't happen. What's next?
Fine.
So next up is Undertale.
Ooh,
on the
yes.
Switch.
Ooh, I'm so excited. Coming.
This was your
eventually.
direct, Scotty.
Yes. Oh my
Loved
god.
it.
I love. Okay, I was one of those people who's like, everyone's playing Undertale. I don't care about it at all. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with
For the
this
record,
game.
I'm still basically at that point, but I have an intention to play it. So don't go too
Yes.
spoiler.
I won't at all.
Okay,
I
cool.
won't go spoiler because this game you can't spoiler at all. Kind of thing that pushed me to play it was I saw a speedrun of it at I think it was Summer Games Done Quick or Awesome Games Done Quick last year. It was like the final game. It was like the one, to end the entire marathon. And it was fantastic. And I was like, I have to play this game now. It was a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun to play again. It's a game that you can play over and 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 over again and still have fun with it.
That was like 7 times,
yes,
man. Are you
yes.
sure?
Because there's
See, now that's interesting from my perspective because the only thing that I've heard it compared to is Doki Doki Literature Club, and boy, would I not play that again.
no, it's not. You cannot compare it to
Great
that at all.
game, but I would not play it a second time personally.
The thing is that there's different there's different ways to beat it, and it changes the ending of the game or the outcome of certain things, and every single thing you do affects the entire story, which is ironic because you wouldn't expect it through like a pixel art game, but it does. It's got a deep story. It's got tons of lore.
It's funny too, right?
Cool. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's funny.
Okay.
So
It's really
next
funny.
up is Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy.
This is crazy to
which
me.
No one cares.
Comes
This is
out
crazy to me.
July 10th.
In
No
the
one
late,
cares.
in the mid to late '90s, Crash
I care.
Bandicoot
Come
was
on.
he was the mascot for the Sony PlayStation.
Yeah.
he was in all the
Well,
commercials.
He was
Even commercials
one
for other
of-
games, he would be in these commercials advertising other games. He was the mascot.
No,
he
he
was like
wasn't.
Mario
I think I would
for
consider
a brief period of time.
I think I would consider Spyro or
It's
something.
crazy for me to see him on another
No.
console.
What do you guys
Spyro was like notable, but
That was later.
There was
Yeah.
never a mascot for Sony. They wanted one really
How old
bad.
were you in 1996? Okay, man. I was watching the commercials when this happened, okay?
That-
You got to
that's
take
a-
my word for it.
yeah, me too. That's about the earliest that I would
Yeah.
remember, but I do remember some of those.
Yeah.
So
He was the face of this console, like Mario was.
Zach's trying to speak.
what do you think the price of the trilogy is going to be?
What was it on PS4?
$39.99.
$60.
$39.99.
I'm
I
with
think it's
Scotty.
like $40 on the PS4.
40 bucks probably.
40 bucks.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
gonna
it
be
seems-
that
40
makes me happy
bucks.
though because think about Mario Tennis and all these other games. That's a lot of games that you're going to put your time into. So I think with Crash Bandicoot, that'd be
If you
something
buy a
casual.
Switch,
It is 3 full games.
you
play.
might as well just ask for another week off of work because you were going to sink a lot of time into these games.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I know so. Are you kidding me?
This one was actually rumored last week, I think, too. We kind of saw this coming,
We'll see.
but it's still crazy to me.
So next up would be the Nightmares. Correct me if
Oh,
I'm
Little
wrong.
Nightmares.
Oh, yeah.
The
Okay, so
horror
I've-
game.
I've
The
seen a
horror
little
game.
bit of that played on Twitch or YouTube or something. It is creepy. It's like it's not jump scares.
It's
It
just
is
very evocative
absolutely-
imagery.
It's atmospheric. It's very like dark and drab colors,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically, I guess, these kids working through their nightmares,
That sounds right.
and you play as the kid.
It
Yeah.
sounds like something that could possibly hit home and
they
affect
are-
a lot of people.
So yeah, the one that I remember is someone was trying to get through some water level. Like it might have been like Donkey or something. I don't remember who it was, but they're trying to get through the water level that has a hand in the water. So if you spend too long in the water, it will come up and grab you and pull you underneath.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
And it's not easy to get through without getting into the water.
The scene I've seen in a lot of promotional videos and stuff is a
chef?
kitchen, and there's
Yep,
like
the
this
kitchen,
giant,
yep. Chef.
creepy pig-looking chef guy that's brandishing knives and stuff, and you're crawling
definitely-
under tables.
It definitely has kind of a Tim Burton feel. Is
Yes.
what,
Good
kind of
call,
what we were
yeah.
saying, yeah.
The game
Just
is
that atmosphere of different,
Yeah.
and not necessarily in a comfortable way.
when it says nightmares, it truly means nightmares. It's very scary. Anyway,
So next up, we have South Park Fractured Butthole.
Surprising,
On the
right?
Switch on
Ooh,
April
be careful
24th.
with your language there, man.
Yeah, family
it's
friendly.
fractured butt hole.
You got to
Yeah.
enunciate.
You have
Yeah.
to make sure. You have to make sure you space
yeah,
out.
just
Right.
think
Are you guys
Um,
surprised to see this on Switch?
No,
Yes,
not at all.
I
No?
am. I
Really?
mean, gameplay wise, absolutely it fits. I guess I still have that sense that Nintendo prioritizes the whole family friendly
Do you think-
appeal. And I mean, I know Bayonetta has been on Nintendo consoles for a while
And
now,
Mad World.
but I still just
South Park's kind of in a
Yeah.
league of its own, though, too, when it comes to offensive material.
Oh yeah.
So-
do you think they're going to censor any of it?
yeah, because
No, of course
Good,
not.
good.
Not a chance.
yeah,
don't
because
think so.
Bayonetta. I mean, not that I've played it, but it's like it can be racy, but ultimately it's still an
It's-
action game, and that's the focus.
There's
But,
a lot of
like,
language.
It's
and
quite
violence.
risque.
Is there?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, maybe
All of
that's
the
just
above.
me not knowing.
It's
then.
quite risque. I will be
we'll chalk it
completely
up.
But
honest.
South Park's a known quantity for anyone that's not even familiar
Yes.
with video games.
People know that is one cartoon that is not for kids.
Yeah.
for sure.
Dum, dum,
But I
dum,
I
dum.
think there's nothing. Stop it. I think there's nothing wrong with the Switch branching out to stuff like this.
Oh,
because
definitely agreed. I think it's a good call. I just
Yeah.
didn't expect it. at all.
Because-
Broaden the audience as much as possible.
Yeah, you want to know what this is doing? This is going to sell more consoles.
Yep.
Because if they keep on putting, whatever they want on the Switch
Yeah,
instead
no,
of
you're-
family friendly stuff,
You're absolutely right, because this is one of those this is one of those few titles I think that is already notable on other systems.
Yeah.
That probably more than anything else will bring new Nintendo fans in, or not necessarily Nintendo fans, but people who would have said no to Nintendo because they wouldn't have something.
It's
like
going to
South
make
Park
new
on it.
Nintendo fans because like it's going to reach an arm out, pull those people in, and they're like, okay, what else is available for it?
Sony
Yep,
and
you know?
Microsoft better watch their back. Nintendo's coming.
sure.
The
Yeah.
Switch is coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're going to have to pull something out to make a...
The third parties are here, clearly.
Yeah.
That was not
Yeah.
a thing with
We'll
the
see.
Wii U at all.
We'll
That-
see.
So
I
next
guess
up,
it
we
helps
have,
too, though, that South Park was made by Ubisoft.
Right.
So
and they
that
have a good
probably contributed.
They have a good
to it.
relationship with Nintendo,
So
for sure.
next up we have Hyrule Warriors, which
Ooh,
comes out
yes.
May 18th.
Buying
Very
that
excited.
one.
Yeah, I am
A known
also.
quantity. What was new as of today, Scotty?
It's a release date.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
That's about
It's
it.
basically just the same game with everything in it and the 3D game, the 3DS game. All those characters are in it.
I mean, we got
I
all
love-
that information last time too. Back
I
in
loved the first game. It was a lot of
January?
fun.
Was that when the last
Yes.
set of
Yep.
directs were?
Was
Yep.
it in the mini, right? I
Yep.
believe, yeah. I was excited. So you can go listen to that episode when we had a crappy microphone and all huddled
yeah.
in my
Yeah.
basement.
But
It's
yeah,
fantastic.
May 18, right? That's what
Yes,
that
May
release date
18.
was. Awesome.
Very excited.
So
Looking forward.
the next one, correct me if I'm wrong, it's ARMS Party Crash Mode, and so they advertised an online tournament and then a March 31st test tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and as far as I know, ARMS wasn't that popular. I guess.
It did all right.
Yeah, it did.
the
It
Switch.
was all right. They wanted it to be the next Splatoon, and I personally, I don't feel like it did that.
Yep. No, it was fun.
It made a
briefly.
splash and then it just kind of receded into the background. So we'll see if this does the same thing. I mean, I still have my copy.
They're clearly
I
still trying
sold
to
mine, sorry.
get people playing it, get people hopping back online and playing more of it. So who knows if it'll
And the-
reignite it.
And the next up is update for Splatoon 2.
Yep.
100
A lot of-
plus
a
new
lot of
pieces
stuff.
of gear.
Yeah.
They added Rank X, which according to Brittin is like competitive based.
Above S plus. Yeah, I mean, I
gonna be
played a
impossible to
ton
get
of
to.
Splatoon, like dozens of hours, and I think I got to B plus, maybe A minus. So
Okay,
this is
is
a
that
good
their-
5 ranks above that.
Is that like a permanent rank that you get? Or
It
is
can go
like
up and down.
Each match you get a particular rank?
If you lose a battle, you lose rank.
Okay.
Right,
It's
you
awful.
have a rank, and that
Got
goes
it.
up and down.
So
as
it's
you
not
perform.
like if you do incredibly well in one particular match, you get X. It's that you go from B minus to B.
correct.
Got it.
Yep.
You have to grind, and X is a grind.
It takes many, many hours.
sure.
Even if you're
Even-
winning every match, it takes a long time to rise up through.
Even
the ranks.
S plus is a grind. But then they came out with new DLC. They announced new DLC for it as well. For Octolings being in the game.
This
Yeah, that
is
was the
single
next
player
bit.
content, which
Yes.
But
is
the,
which
the
is
first
cool.
bit, they had a few other things that they had announced. Weren't there new maps?
Yep, there's new
Yep,
maps,
some new
there's new
maps.
gear,
Yeah.
probably new hairstyles and stuff like that.
So
No new weapons.
And
though.
then yeah, they showed a pretty lengthy trailer of a new single player campaign
with
essentially.
Sombra.
If
starring
Split-
Sombra.
Starring
apparently.
Sombra from
yeah,
Overwatch.
it's
Yeah.
officially
Sombra.
called
Um,
Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
check that out if you're into Splatoon. It looked pretty cool.
I'll probably play it. I played through the campaign
yeah.
in 1 and 2, and they're fun.
Can I be honest with you guys?
Sure.
The Octoling girl looked really cute. So.
I think she's called
That's the
Agent
idea.
8, right?
what?
That sounds right. Yeah,
She's called Agent 8.
I
Yeah,
think
Agent
she's
8.
called Sombra.
yeah,
that's the big
Sombra.
reveal at the end.
She's
Right.
cute. So if
Uh,
you don't
it's-
want to play Squid Kids anymore, here's your chance.
It's $20, I believe, right?
And it-
Yep.
Did you
yeah,
guys catch
$20
that?
and it comes out this summer.
And it's single player too. So
Yep.
another single player story. And they said something about the old single player story having something. I don't really know what it was.
Didn't catch that.
Yeah, I didn't really care after their last snap, and they're like, "Check this out." I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
"Yes, I want to check it out."
Because then we had that. Now it's over. Oh wait, we actually had one more thing, and then it was the
Oh,
third Splatoon thing,
There it
but it
is.
wasn't. Actually.
And then Scotty went insane.
Oh my god!
And it was fun. It was fun. We had a good time.
We have been talking. We should end the episode here, but I want to end it with this. You and I have been talking about this for years.
You and
by the
who?
way. Me and Brittin.
Okay.
Me and Brittin
Your
have
finger does not come over
been.
the
Yes,
microphone.
I know. Me and Brittin have been talking about this for years. With the whole characters being introduced to Smash. And we called it during this first Splatoon. We were like, these are characters that should be in
Oh
the
yeah,
game.
they're a perfect fit.
Yeah.
All their specials just make themselves up.
Yep.
There's no effort required here to
Yep.
figure out how they're going to control.
Although by that point too, Smash. I mean, it wasn't done, but they had most of the. They had Smash 4, and they had a lot of the characters for DLC planned at least. So it doesn't surprise me that they didn't
mean,
make it into that iteration.
They did.
That's
They
fair.
did do like a voting thing that got a lot of characters into the game. Like they still released 2 or 3 characters after Splatoon was already released. So
Right, but with Splatoon, they couldn't have known that they would hit gold with
yeah, that's true.
because that was
fair
I
enough.
mean that was on the Wii U.
Yep,
Fair enough.
it's true. Do you guys think the stages are actually going to get all painted up as these characters play
I
on
hope
the
so.
levels?
I bet there will
That'd
be
be cool.
paint.
Well, and there will
would,
be a Splatoon stage, of course, too.
I would
but
be surprised if every stage is fully painted.
How cool would
but
that
would
be,
be
though?
super cool.
yeah,
I think it would be like some sort of liquid that's on the ground that maybe makes someone slip or something, but then it dissolves after a little bit. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
because
that's more likely.
Yeah, because I mean the thing is that if they're going to be above water, because Splatoon is underwater, the whole game is underwater, but everyone seems to forget that.
I don't know if that's true, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Are you kidding me?
Octoling Plaza. I don't know.
Fact check us,
Inkopolis?
guys. Let us know if we're wrong.
Yeah, it's underwater. I swear to God, it is.
I
But
don't know.
I mean, maybe if
I can't disprove you, but
if
I just
they're
don't
like
know that
in the
that's case.
clouds on Final Destination against Fox only, you know, maybe it might do something. That
They're gonna have some cool moves.
Yes.
Sink down into the ground and go behind your opponent.
What do you think
and
their Smash Ball
pull out
will
an
be?
Inkzuka?
Do you think the Smash Ball is still going to be?
question.
Oh, absolutely. It's just a lot of fun.
I love the Smash Ball. I
Yeah.
hope it doesn't go away.
It's just a lot of fun.
Dan, you can
at that
play for
point.
glory if you must. but
Yes.
I mean, no,
Let me keep all my items.
I don't actually
please.
have that big a problem with the Smash Ball. It's just, was that 3 and 4 or
Yes,
just 4?
it was
Yeah.
Brawl, and
Oh,
then
okay.
there's the next one too.
Okay, I was
so-
thinking it was just 4 for some reason.
No, I think
Yeah.
it's something. It's a staple at this point. I feel like it.
I bet you that their Smash Ball,
Yeah,
the entire stage becomes paint because I bet that will be a function of their kit somehow that they'll be able to lay paint down and swim through it.
yeah, absolutely.
And so then they'll just get otherwise like a supercharged form like Sonic does, like Wario
They'll turn into the
does.
big big squid.
Yeah, the big
I forgot
squid.
what that's called, but it's the Kraken.
Yes, the Kraken. They
yes.
could do that,
That'd be great.
or somehow get like the giant like yellow ball, whatever the. How you have to collect at every stage, the
Boy,
Zapplin or whatever.
This is a lot of Splatoon lore.
The
that I
Zapfish.
I just don't
Yeah,
even
the
know.
Zapfish. Yeah,
Dan,
the
don't you know
Zapfish.
about the Great Zapfish?
I-
He
you
powers
know-
Inkopolis.
You know, I don't.
Can we get some assist? Whoa, calm down.
Should
Can
I?
we
Did you
get,
hear that?
Can we get some assist trophies of Callie and Mari like just dancing on the stage or something like that?
Well,
Like
we're
making
getting
I wouldn't
amiibo,
be
so why not?
surprised.
So should I outro the pod, or Dan?
Yeah.
you
Oh,
wanna
I was kind of hosting, I guess.
I-
Didn't I?
do- Dan, go ahead.
Who
Yeah,
knows
go ahead and
anymore?
outro us.
We'll see
Zach,
you next week.
Brittin, yeah,
You
Scott.
guys,
Hey.
that was a
Thank you
fun
guys for
direct.
hanging out.
Yes.
We have a bunch of social media things.
Video Game Pharmacy. Across
Yeah,
all
Video Game
platforms.
Pharmacy, and that's going to be on Facebook. That's going to
Yep.
be on Twitter.
Yep.
We got an
Twitch.
Instagram. We do have a Twitch channel.
Yep.
Still working on it.
And make
Yeah.
sure you check us out on iTunes.
Yes.
Leave us a
Follow-
review.
follow all the
Absolutely.
above.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Re-
And then-
reach out to us in any way you want to or can.
Let us know what you think. And I
Huge,
mean, do
huge.
that. If you know us personally, absolutely send us a message. If
or
you
just talk to
don't-
us in person, you
Yeah.
uncultured swine.
Hey,
Brooks.
hey.
I mean,
We see him every
sorry.
day, man.
Yeah, we do.
He's gonna say something. He's gonna be like,
He will,
"Well,
yeah.
you know, this was wrong." I love you, Brooks.
And of course, thank you to NWCZ Radio. who
Yeah.
lets us
Yes.
use their,
Absolutely.
Wonderful studio.
It's great here.
Go check them out, nwczradio.com. They allow us to use their studio, and they're amazing for it. So thank you guys so much. Love you. And yeah,
With
Bye.
that, signing
it.
off.
we'll see you guys next week.
Love
Sorry
you guys.
about this super weird short episode.
It
Bye.
was so much fun.
Yes.
Bye.
The pharmacy is now closed. Is now closed. Is now